let's start with where the front side of the business is. Most everything has been moved except for SK.
Okay.
SK has a 75 ton order, I think.
Wait, it's all manufactured, right? I think I had it all.
I believe so. Oh,
Yeah, it should have been 210.
you see that?
Yeah.
I've been trying to assess everybody.
Okay.
Here's kind of my breakdown. Speedy, easiest to work with. He just does. He's got the capital. He just moves it. Like, it's literally easy clap, right?
Yeah.
Which I'm not surprised. I taught him everything I know. And also there is the added benefit of Jason, right?
Yeah.
There is another added benefit. So if you don't know this, Jason is South Cyprus.
Yeah.
Speedy is South Cyprus. It just by de facto, that relationship is just, you know, ties that go back as far as right down the way. Well, there's a lot of history. I won't go into it.
Sure.
Then we've got SK, which I'm going to be honest is shockingly at the level of Speedy in terms of ease. KJ is also at that same level of, let's just say, ease.
Yeah.
Manx is moving quite a bit, but his order count hasn't really moved. And what I mean by that is, while the others are slowly gaining order count, he's been very like stagnant, which I think part of it is for some reason, and I haven't been able to suss it out exactly. He's sort of like, I don't know if he's got the time for it. Right. So he's very easy to work with.
Wasn't he?
Well, he's not understanding the projection bit is kind of the way that I would count it. Because, like, it's been explained to him, like, you know, some of these plugs are going to go away. But, so look, when I called him up, obviously not directly, right? He doesn't.
Yeah, of course.
No. He sort of, how do I put this? The phone call started with him sort of complaining that the guns aren't coming quick enough. And immediately that sort of like set the tone, I think, of the entire conversation, because quick enough implies that he's owed a certain amount of weapons, right?
Yeah.
But equally, as somebody who's kind of noted that he's familiar of the entire process, hasn't seemingly grasped that whatever the fuck they're selling, either ammo or magazines or whatever the fuck, that their shit is very easy to manufacture and it's fucking legal. Right? Is that he's dealing with the big boy shit, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That has a requirement of ass loads of money. Right? Well, like, we're going through what, 5 to, like, I would say estimated, what, 10, like, probably what, I estimate, what is it? It's going to be like 10 to $15 million in materials, right?
We're probably getting close to that.
Yeah.
Our next order will put us around.
So that, like, synapse hasn't clicked.
Yeah.
Which is slightly disappointing. I'm going to kind of, like, re-engage with him and get him to sort of understand how the blocks are moving. Yeah. He also doesn't quite understand, which I don't know if their shit works different. I may actually have a chat with the big guy to get a bigger understanding. But I don't, maybe their shit is different, but I don't think they recognize that there's big shipments maybe every 2 weeks. There is no control as to how much is coming in, right?
Yeah.
And that those things must be sold in a 2-week period, otherwise they go bad, right?
Yeah.
There also seemingly is a lack of understanding that these guns now last 2 months, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which means that even if you're selling at 80%, these are still good for a month and a half, right? And even a month is good at the rate at which people are probably losing this shit or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that the 2 months is a benefit that we have bestowed on them, as that is something that we've gotten our, manufacturers to assist with. So things can go rusty or whatever. So there's these like little things that sort of, because it kept kind of bringing up like, what it kept saying, like we're not getting it quick enough. And it's like, okay, well then you need to make a bigger order then, right? Because you can't, we're not fucking, what are we going to fucking do? Like sit there and be like, just sit on our ass waiting. Oh, you want 20? You want 30 now? You know what I'm saying? No.
Well,
Because you're aiming to be a plug, not to be like the end guy. You know what I mean?
And even then, financial and time constraint aside, it's not like we could call up one person and say, hey, can you give me 300,000 materials?
Precisely. So he's missing the sort of the logistical. I think that's a disappointing bit, is he's missing that there's logistics to this. We're not just pressing a button and shit's coming out. So that he needs to be equally aligned with the rest of the machine, right? Otherwise, all the burden comes at the top. So, KJ, I would say, had similar concerns, but he actually he mentioned like he doesn't have the money for 200, right? And I said, well, I want you to start projecting in that direction. And if that means giving you shit up front, that's fine. You need to start thinking about doing, because these guys are probably gonna, like, for all we know, like let's say KJ might actually start selling to the besties, right? Like he can do his own thing, because at the end of the day, it's got to be 2-3. The only other alternative I can think of is if these actual parts end up lasting longer and they become an on-demand sort of thing. But I don't know. It's
I mean, listen, right now we have zero capacity. We have no mats.
Wait, we're out?
We're out. Like we have 6,000. So
well, which is fine.
Point,
I think we only have like less than 100 left. Like what, 70?
Yeah.
That's not.
It'll get done. We'll have 50, 100K in the next couple days, but it takes
well, actually,
time.
KJ said he's already got most of them accounted for.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I think the key here is that these guys are going to need liquidity, so that so they don't run into a problem where, someone fucking, I don't know, they get fucking raided and now they're ripped. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can't front them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So we're sort of at this, let's call it economics 102 chapter, right? Where I think we've got Speedy understanding it. I think KJ understands it. Then again, I got history with him. Flippy already has it. And Manx is someone that we're going to have to assess. And SK, I have not yet approached. So we'll see how that kind of ends up lining up.
Yeah.
There's another thing that we got to consider, right? Market saturation. Oh shit, SK is around. Let's go back to that vehicle.
Okay. I started to put together the list of the accounts. You'll see that in the ledger.
Good.
Have we thought about, I know you're testing the waters with Jason. She has her pot shop and the distillery as well. So I put those on there with question marks.